We're closed.
You don't look the sort who can afford to turn down legitimate work.
What do you want?
How about we start with a light?
Well, you got a name, miss?
Elizabeth. You can call me Elizabeth.
What can I do for you?
There's a girl who needs to be found. Maybe you've seen her.
This girl. This girl's dead.
You know her.
You'll see dozens of her tied down by the docks or the slums in Apollo Square. Orphans. With Fontaine's charity shut. No place for them.
But her you know.
As I said, girl's dead.
Lost.
Look, I don't know where you get...
Lost isn't dead. Name your rate, I will pay you for this work. But you do this one gratis, wouldn't you?
I don't follow.
Something tells me you will. Seems my instincts were correct.
Where's Sally?
I don't know, but I know someone who does. Follow me.
What's this girl to you?
What I need from her is my business. But I know where to start looking. Something tells me a man with your particular talents could be useful.
If we were all made from common clay, then Einstein would have remained a patent clerk. It's our responsibility to strive.
Here, here. About your little friend. Such a shame.
Edward thinks the way to my heart is philosophical transcendence. He's brilliant. And if I wanted brilliant, I'd go to bed.
What happened to these children? What are they?
Red means
Where have you
stop.
been? Cabin in
Green
Arcadia?
means go.
Little
This
sisters.
is the rule all
Atom
little
factories.
girls know.
It's grotesque.
Compromise? Is that why we came to Rapture? I could compromise in Red Hook.
We're just men and women, Alan. You hold yourself to that standard, you'll never be happy.
In what country is there a place for men like me? Men who refuse to say yes to the doubters and the parasites.
Yes, but even Andrew Ryan takes a vacation.
Come on. We haven't got all day.
What do they even look like under those suits?
What do you mean? It is some kind of machine?
You should have to prove you're properly versed on a topic before you're allowed to vote on it. Otherwise, it's just a knee-jerk response from the uninformed. Does more harm than good.
Who would judge that? A system like that invites abuse?
Having a benevolent dictatorship takes care of that.
Benevolence isn't human nature.
time is?
Ryan's been good to me. Few are the patrons who truly understand the struggle of the artist. But even I was a little leery when he shuttered Fontaine's business and sent that bald buck to a grave deep in the briny. But when Ryan buried all of Fontaine's pals in that department store, someone had to find a home for all those freshly minted orphans. And if I turned $1 or $2 in the process, you can hardly blame me for doing well by doing good.
Everyone wants to cut the tallest flower away. Do something exceptional. Those parasites resent it, condemn it, or worse yet, take credit for themselves.
Nice finally consorting with the equally talented, eh? Getting recognized properly? Being part of something bigger? He works for Ryan's security firm. I got him firsthand.
Looks a fella from the inside out. Damn thing a weapon.
Works with
You know, I'm spliced up.
DeWitt. The Hostic sees you, he'll toss you out on your ass again. Got some nerve showing your face around here.
Just say the word.
Funny,
What?
you not knowing about the Little Sisters. How long have you been in Rapture?
Let's just say I don't get out much.
You've got eyes and ears, don't you?
If I wanted to share my life story, Mr. DeWitt, I would write my memoirs. If I learned anything about Rapture, that it was a place where people understood to mind their own business.
Where are we headed?
The man we need to see is in the Garden of the Muses.
How do you know?
My sources are my own, Mr. DeWitt. If you have better information as to the whereabouts of your girl, I suggest you avail yourself of it.
Where are you taking me?
When's the last time you saw Sally?
What?
She was taken from you, wasn't she?
How do you know this?
She was taken, down at Surprise. You were playing the tables and...
She disappeared.
And?
Cop friend of mine, Sullivan, says they found her floating in the docks.
You see the body?
Look.
Did you see the body? This world values children, not childhood. There's a profit to be made and men who make it. I'm taking you to one of them. Mr. DeWitt, you all right?
I'm fine. Just get these spells sometimes. They'll pass.
Refreshment, sir. Madam?
We're fine, thanks.
Dr. Steinman told me he uses my picture to judge facial symmetry.
Darling, that line actually work on anyone before closing time.
So nice.
They're out. Never mind your own needs, they say. Think of the needs of the state. God. Of God. This goes on and on. How many catastrophes
signore.
Days. Her little girl's been missing for days.
I'm a complete wreck if Trudy even gets a nosebleed.
So many children. It can't all be coincidence.
Suchong observe strangest of coincidences. On other side of a window, man in strange hat experimenting on Suchong's own creation. On plasmid. Man name of Fink. Outrage! Theft of intellectual property! But man name of Fink is no fool. Through addition of oxidizing agent, turns plasmid ingestible through stomach lining. Mr. Ryan very impressed with Suchong's initiative. Theft of intellectual property. Two-way street.
Don't settle for tiny little fruits and vegetables. We scientifically boosted our harvests, so a single banana can feed a family of 4. Come see what we mean at the farmer's market in Dionysus Park, because bigger is better.
Fontaine got taken out by Ryan's goons for one reason, and one reason only. He built a better mousetrap.
Oh, for God's sake, Armand, you want to get us both rounded up?
So you admitted that Ryan's rounding people up.
It was a figure of speech.
The pot calling the kettle black is a figure of speech.
I keep my head low and I do my job.
Like a good jerk.
Now, is that a figure of speech?
Are you in the know? You've doubtlessly sampled products from Fontaine Futuristics. But do you know why Ryan Industries saved it? Frank Fontaine, business leader and benefactor of mankind? Or was he the best friend the parasite ever had? Were you aware his businesses were a front for a smuggling ring? And were you also fooled by his supposed charity work? At his free clinic, patients became test subjects, and his orphanages were places that children disappeared into and never came out. Once they learned the truth, Rapture's Central Council called for the arrest of Fontaine Futuristics' owner. But, a coward to the end, Fontaine found a hail of bullets preferable to facing justice. The council asked that Ryan Industries assume the burden of stewardship of Fontaine's ill-gotten assets. And Andrew Ryan accepted that burden for the people of Rapture. Now all citizens can enjoy these products, free of criminal taint. Now you know.
Mr. DeWitt, we'll find my source inside of that club.
Is that traffic have to do with sound?
Private party. No entry without invitation.
We'll see about that.
Which business do you represent, sir?
Business?
Yes, which business?
DeWitt Investigations.
Mr. Cohen does not truck with private detectives. Masks of invitation went to artists and craftsmen alone.
I'm with the artist struggle. We're
No
expected.
mask, no entry.
Stuff shit.
These invitation masks he spoke of. They must have gone out to local artisans.
Well, I guess we'll have to persuade someone to loan us one.
The business of Rapture is business. Says it's sponsored by the Artist Struggle, the Golden Rule, and Rapture Records.
Guess those stores would be as good a place to start as any. Bring you to Rapture.
A man.
Really? You don't strike me as the romantic type.
Wasn't that kind of man.
Then what?
There's a debt that needs repaid.
I've known my share of Shylocks. You're no Shylock.
Wasn't that kind of debt. Invitations to Cohen shows are highly coveted. Nobody's gonna just hand us one.
You think you can figure out a way to distract the store owner while I take a look around?
You just find the mask. Leave the distractions to me.
Good day to you, sir.
Excuse me. Lady has some questions for you.
Yes, of course.
I'm interested in this piece.
Ah, excellent. You've an eye, haven't you, miss? It's a natural sapphire and diamond, 18-karat gold ring, fully hallmarked for Paris, 1887.
Really?
The center Cabochon... Excuse me, sir?
That's a lot of fine talk about a stolen
Cohen
ring.
sends those masks out in some kind of box.
Right out of her coffin in the twilight fields. Did you think we wouldn't notice? The assurances of a grave robber are of no interest.
Damn.
You hand the ring back, the matter will remain between you and me.
I don't think so. Hit the bricks, you tramp, or I'll see to it they hit you.
Get your hands off me! Might be best if we were gone when he wakes up. Any luck?
Nothing. Let's find another shop.
Where should we look next? Upstairs at the Artist Struggle or Rapture Records straight ahead?
It's gotta be a department store. Fontaine's department. I don't have
See that dish I walked in with? Will you give her the Star treatment, pal? It'll make it worth your while.
Of course, right away.
What is this piece?
It's by Trenet, but of course, covered by Mr. Reinhardt.
Oh, it's lovely. Isn't it lovely?
Oh, yes.
Gotta find that box.
Especially something in this case. So primal, isn't it? Part of us that exists before thought, before logic, purely sensual.
The finest music touches us places.
That we never knew existed. Can you turn it up? Oh, it's so intoxicating. So powerful and massive.
Nothing.
Oh, yes.
Only one place left.
The urge to surrender.
I must go. I go. Even one more note shall prove my undoing.
Industries home defense products? You won't have to. Stand your ground. It's every man's right.
Nothing?
No. Got one place left, though.
And if that proves to be fruitless?
Cross that bridge when we get to it.
Ryan understands something fundamental.
Hey, pal. You want to help out the little lady?
Yes, of course. Interesting, isn't it? Original Sander Cohen. He calls it miasma.
I'm sorry, but I know precious little about art.
How does it make you feel?
I don't want to open my mouth for fear of what foolish might tumble out.
Would you like me to tell you what it means?
Oh, would you? Oh, I would like so much to understand.
In this piece, Cohen intended to show us the struggle of the great man, condemned to breathe the swampy air of the parasite.
You see all that in that little picture?
Yes, in fact. Now, did your companion go?
Oh, what's
There you are, you little son of a bitch.
So beautiful. What is it? You've given me so much to think about. I feel a trifle swoony.
Would you mind if I return tomorrow for further education?
I shall be here at your service. Until tomorrow.
We've located the mask.
Third time to charm.
All right, it's best we head back to Cohen's.
Fine piece of work back with those shopkeepers. You got a bit of a grifter.
For that you can thank my father.
Yeah.
He was a man comfortable in a variety of roles.
So, what kind of field you in?
Field?
Yeah, you know, occupation. Can't imagine what kind of employment would lead you to tag along in a job like this.
I suppose you could say I work in debt collection.
Ah, very well. Mr. Cohen awaits your participation at his performance.
So who is this fellow Cohen? Some sort of underworld figure?
Worse. He's an artist.
An artist who kidnaps children.
Cohen's muse is a bit more diverse. I've seen his type. Gets an idea in his head, end a conversation. Don't matter who gets hurt.
That's right, that's right. Be the conduit! Open yourselves to the music, to the spirit of the eternal! No. Why do you fail in this fashion? To embarrass me in front of my muse? My muse shall not be mocked. Fitzpatrick! Please! Thus!
Save him for God's sake!
My muse shall not be mocked! Get them out of here! There shall be no failure on my canvas. There's no room in rapture anymore for the artist. You?
Name's DeWitt.
Is that right? This one's a real biscuit. Isn't he a biscuit, lady?
I need to ask you a few questions.
Questions, yes. Yes, it is the work of man to ask. It is the work of the artist to answer.
You've seen this girl, haven't you?
We artists see more than most. You are more than you claim to be, little songbird. Are you not? Watch this one, DeWitt. She'll take you where you don't want to go. But I know the child in that photo is important to you. So many children flit, flit, flit away. I know where the girl is. And I will send you to her. In exchange, all I ask is a dance.
What?
I see something in you two. Art strips away artifice. Show me who you are, and I will show you where you need to go.
Son of a bitch.
Mr. DeWitt.
What?
Dance with me.
Come, come, dance!
I shudder to think what greater price he might care to extract.
Fitzpatrick! Beauty and pain. They can be no more separated than birth and blood.
What do you think Cohen's customers do with the children? Do they?
Sometimes. But those types lack the capital of people like Ryan and Suchong.
That's a blessing.
You saw those little sisters? You so sure?
But if Suchong has Sally, I'd know it.
How?
As I tied him to a chair and asked him.
So?
For 15 hours.
I don't know what to make of you, Mr. DeWitt.
Listen, we're not gonna keep...
Fitzpatrick! I see suffering in you. I know how to shine a light on your pain. A moth will become a butterfly.
Mr. DeWitt! Mr. DeWitt! Are you all right?
I'm fine.
You were dreaming. You kept saying your daughter's name, Sally.
She's not my daughter.
I thought...
Pain and beauty. To an artist, they are parent and child.
Cohen?
I'm sending you to find your young one. No need to thank me. I'm not so sure you'll like what you find.
Look,
Fontaine's. Ryan sent the whole thing to the bottom.
but it's a prison now. Why would Cohen have sent Sally there?
I don't know.
Everyone has needs. I merely provide a service for those who have the means to pay. You'll find your little bird in the housewares department.
How many people do you suppose Ryan's got locked up in that place?
Enough. Fontaine had amassed something near an army. Now they're down there, spliced up and wild. All right, there's a dock up ahead.
Takes a cold son of a bitch to do that to a living person.
What's that?
Burial at sea.
You read your residency contract with Ryan Industries? In perpetuity, we're all buried at sea.
Don't get too comfortable. Keep your eyes open.
Seem to be some supplies this way, Mr. DeWitt.
It's Booker.
What?
Just call me Booker.
If it's all the same to you, let's leave it at Mr. DeWitt. Look up there.
Could be him.
A skyhook.
Skyhook? You mean the air grabber? Kids use them to ride around up on the pneumo lines.
Air grabber. Huh. Constants and variables.
Constants and what?
Never mind.
Grabber stuck.
Mr. DeWitt! Someone's coming!
Come back! I want the frosting!
Oddball time!
All right, I got the grabber unjammed.
Pay up!
Mr. DeWitt, look. Housewares. That's where Cohen said we'd find Sally. The store ran trams between the 3 buildings. We'll need to avail ourselves of that.
Assuming it still works.
Optimism, Mr. DeWitt. It helps in situations like this.